Welcome back to Racing with Jesse Rosinski. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed the weekend's worth of racing from across everywhere. I thought it was actually, for the most part, a pretty good weekend's worth. I mean, all the racing that everyone could catch without having to have any special flow racing or dirt vision or any of that to cost them extra money. But like I said, the IndyCar race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course there was way better than the race at Barber. The last time that they ran, again, I could also be, slightly biased. It could have been because it was wet out, so there are people just slipping and sliding and just all over the place. But it was way better when we got the time before the ARCA race. I mean, it was pretty boring. There was a little bit of excitement, here and there, but it wasn't the most exciting thing ever. Still, I mean, there was a little excitement and some people got screwed, but not the most exciting in the world. And then again, the truck and the Cup Series races at Kansas, I thought were good. I thought the Cup race was better. And I did think, it's hard to pass and stuff, but there were people making passes and people were capable of passing, and there was a good race. So overall, I want to say it was a good one, regardless of what, anyone else says, which sounds very rude, but it was good racing. You can try to argue it. You can try to deny it all you want. It was good racing. We'll jump over NTT IndyCar Series, the GMR Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course there at 85 laps, 207 miles. That all changed at the end because of weather, but it started in the rain, so everyone had to start on rain tires. Will Power started on pole, and Colton Herta took over really early. There were wrecks. There were lots of cautions. People getting off, people slipping, people making mistakes, obviously. But Colton Herta took over real early, started 14th, went pits on lap 3 to put on dry tires, and he really didn't look back. Even when there were restarts and cautions, he was gone. He made the move early, and it worked out the best for him. There's one point again where he didn't get the lead. That's just because of how caution fell and all that, but he got the lead on the lap of the restart. So wasn't that bad, but he finally had it. And look at all the races that you've heard me and Walter talk about are just me, where Colton Herta should have won. There's no reason he shouldn't have won. And then he just overdid it and did something stupid, and ended up taking himself out of the race by wrecking himself. He didn't do that. He did slip coming towards the end there, the second to last lap, I believe, as he overdrove a turn, but a little into the grass, gone. Had a 6-second lead, stayed ahead by 3 seconds. After he did it, cost him 3 seconds when he did it, and he still continued to drive away after that until the race ended, because Juan Pablo Montoya wrecked from 6th. The race ended under caution. It was the first one I've seen that went from a lapped race to a timed race because of the weather that was happening. Well, 15 minutes go. And I think that made it more exciting. Again, the weather was just all over the place, all race long. And I enjoyed it. Jimmy, he didn't seem to like it, but he started last, spun himself out on lap 57. I think he finished 23rd, so it wasn't a good day to be Jimmy Johnson. Again, though, there's a lot of guys, the first time running in rain ever. When you listen to them talking, it's the first time that a lot of them ever ran in the rain, so it was going to be different and weird, and especially when you never do it like that, throws a whole new element into these cars, how fast they are and all of it, which made the racing even more exciting. It was good to see Juan Pablo Montoya. Me and Chuck talk about him hitting a jet dryer frequently, aka Walter. Me and Walter, his middle name, but it was good to see Juan Pablo back. He drove it all the way up. He was up to in the top 5. I think he was 6th when he ended up wrecking, which ended the race under caution. So it was good to see that. It was like a warm-up, I guess, for the Indy 500. It's Juan Pablo Montoya. I mean, no matter what you think about him, the guy could drive. And former champion, won Cup races when he was over here in NASCAR. So it was good to see him there for a warm-up for the Indy 500. But Colton Herta finally, through all the ones he let get away, lately. It's good to see him get the win. Simon Pagenaud was second, Will Power third, Ericsson fourth, Daly fifth, Rosenquist sixth, Sato is seventh, Ilott, whatever it is. He's a rookie, finished eighth. Lundgaard finished ninth. Scott Dixon was 10th. And there are people that had, trouble. There are a lot of big names that had a lot of trouble throughout the day. So some of them, like Newgart and all them, had trouble, kept going, but it was all over the place. So that kind of, threw a lot of things off. But you see the list there. I mean, that's still a lot of the names you would expect to be up there. So good on all of them. Again, Jimmy finished 23rd out of 27, but at least he wasn't last. He didn't wreck the car. So he's still trying to learn the car. And then they had to work, throw the rain in there. So weird. But at least he finished it, and I can't complain. But congratulations to Colton Herta, because he just killed it. From start to finish, he was in go mode. And he took the shot first, and it worked out good for him. That's all you have to do. And then the rain started coming down harder at the end. Again, only slipped a little, but he didn't completely lose it. Granted, if there was a wall in that part of the track, he would have done it again. But good on him. Good drive, especially in the rain. A lot of them first time in there, so good job to everybody. Again, a lot of them haven't done rain before. So I was kind of, I dug it. I thought it was a second best race of the whole entire weekend, possibly the first. I'm not sure between that. The Cup Series, I actually think I like the IndyCar race better. Everyone's opinion vary. And again, there was rain and slip and slide and all that, which, helped get it more exciting. It was still, good race, and it made up for Barber, because Barber was not, again, my favorite race of the season. But it was on to the ARCA Menards Series. They were also in Kansas. Corey Heim started on pole, dominated until lap 57. And teammate, Drew Dollar, got under him. They're racing for the lead. Drew gets loose, bounces into him, takes them both out. And, again, there's that caution and all that, which got him all bunched up, competition caution himself. And that got Drew Dollar up there. And he took him out, and he was really good about it in the post-race. When I watched the racer did, he took full responsibility for it. And, it's the most you could do in that situation. They'll be back at it. It sucked, but he is very talented. You see him getting rides here and there with Gibbs and all of them up in the Xfinity Series. So he is, good. It just, sucks that it happened, but a lot of people were loose all weekend. If you watch the Cup, the Truck, ARCA, all of them, everyone seemed to be really, really loose all weekend. So I don't really know what that was, but people were slipping and sliding into the wall all the time. It was weird, but after he got taken out, Nick Sanchez got the lead, and he went on to win with his teammate Raja Carruth second. Carruth holds on to the point lead, so good for Raja. Keep it up. Hopefully he does good. I'm a fan. I don't care if you guys are. That kid can race, so good on him. Truck Series, Heart of America 200 at Kansas Motor Speedway. John Hunter Nemechek on pole. Shocker again. He's just always fast. Corey Heim wins stage one for the first stage in his career. Good on him. It's always fun to see people get that. Zane Smith won stage two, so we got another one. There's a late restart with 8 to go. There's some good racing, but Zane Smith won. Ty Majeski was second. Grant Enfinger third. Chandler Smith fourth. Christian Eckes fifth. John Hunter Nemechek sixth. Matt DiBenedetto got seventh, so good on him. Matty getting those tires on at the end, just shooting, passing as many people he did in that amount of time. Good on him. Kraus was eighth. Matt Craft at ninth. Ben Rhodes 10th. Zane Smith led 108, 138. So, there's racing behind him and all that, but once he got the lead, he just checked out. There's no other way to put it. He was gone. It was a quick, he was just going. So good on him to be that good. Really. How often do you see some, 108 of 138 and just go? So good for him. I tell you, it's dangerous. They had the off weekend there when they ran at Darlington, when they didn't look, as dominating as we all, are used to, but right back on it this weekend. So everyone needs to figure it out, because he's going, and he's got a lot of wins, and I don't think he's anywhere near done yet. But otherwise, Riley Herbst got 12th, so good for him. Hocevar was 15th. Haley finished 17th. it sucks for her, but she finished. Had a lot of races where she didn't. She got taken out by other stuff, and she just seemed off this year. Totally, they figure it all out by the end. I'm sure they will. I just, I don't know. It seems to be, even with, all the wrecks and all the dumb stuff that's happening and stuff she's been caught up in that wasn't her fault. When it doesn't happen, she's still back in 17th, which isn't bad. But you got to see more improvement. Keep her down there for another year. Unless she turns around and starts winning races, all of a sudden they figure it out. I think they should keep her down there another year, until she gets consistent and to get her all the experience that she needs doing it before they move her up and do it too fast, because we've seen what that can do. And it wouldn't be good for her. The sport wouldn't help anything. So hopefully they do that. And a shout out to Stuart Friesen. They're starting last because flight issues. So we didn't get to the track until the morning of the race. I believe Bubba was in the truck and qualified 5th for her a minute, but he still had to move to the back because of the driver swap. But good on him to get, to Bubba, get a 5th. Good job. And how about him? No practice, no qualifying, ready, go. So a 14th is completely respectable in all that. So shout out to him for that. Because again, it can't be easy. Anyone that tries to say that is easy might be crazy, but not easy to get in there, know anything, and go when everyone else had practice to get a 14th. So shout out to him. It was really good to see. Again, good race, not the most exciting of things up front, but there was good racing behind that and people making all kinds of moves. And the race starts not to be exciting. I got to see all kinds of people do stuff. So good racing. I just think the Cup race was better overall for the weekend. But Christopher Bell started on pole. Kyle Busch won stage 1. Kurt Busch won stage 2. And then Kurt, he made his way through when he had to. People could pass, but Larson got loose again. He hit the wall like 9 times, it seemed like, yesterday. So, and he admitted it in the post-race interview. But he got into the wall when Kurt was underneath trying to get the lead with 8 to go. Kurt didn't look back. Good for him. Get the win, for Jordan, get his first one with 23:11 and get it in such fashion because he was up there all day. And he did. He straight up outran his brother and Kyle Larson to get up there. So shout out to Kurt, about time. But Kurt won the race. Kyle Larson held on to a second. Kyle Busch 3rd. Denny Hamlin 4th. Christopher Bell 5th. Martin Truex Jr. 6th. Ross Chastain back in 7th. Shout out to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. or Recky, whatever you want to call him, for finishing 8th. And there, so good finish on them. Congratulations. Bowman 9th. And, Bubba Wallace that rounds out the top 10. And he was up there. There was a few times where he looked and he was, back, but he was in the top 10 stage 1, I do believe. I'm pretty sure he wasn't, could be off on stage 2, but he was up there a lot of the race. So good on him getting that top 10, a good run for 23:11, to have, Kurt win and Bubba in the top 10, both of them in the top 10 is a good thing, especially when one of them wins. So really, really good. And congratulations. I say nice things about him when he does nice things. 10th place is good. What did I say? Either has a good car and something dumb happens or he's just bad. He had a good car, nothing dumb happened, and he got a top 10. Just keep doing that. No matter what anyone thinks about you, they can't deny it if you're running good. People still will because there's still bigots and miserable people out there. But good job, Bubba. Top 10. And keep up the good work. I'll be honest with you, that was really, really good. And hey, not taking anything away from him. And what he did qualifying for Friesen when he wasn't there. It was an overall good weekend for him. Brad Keselowski got 14th. He needed it. He really needs it the rate the season's been going. So that's a good thing. Harvick got 15th after a lot of spins and a lot of saves. So he's very happy to take 15th and get out of there. Noah Gragson 18th. Corey LaJoie 19th. Ty Dillon 20th. Harrison Burton got 21st. So way behind where Matty D was, I believe 17 spots from last year. But overall, really the big thing on the weekend was the IndyCar was good. The IndyCar, the ARCA stuff, but never mind all the racing at Kansas. Everyone seemed to be loose. There were so many people just, wiggling, hitting walls, going around, and people you wouldn't expect to be, having trouble, and everyone was loose from the ARCA cars straight through. So I don't know what it was, but at least it led to good racing and people really had to, drive. And shout out again to Colton Herta for that, legitimate crazy drift he did. If you didn't see it, look it up. That drift he did in that wet condition and kept going, didn't slow down or anything. Like that was impressive. So shout out to him. But that was, at least it made sense if you're sliding around on, the track in the rain. But there's a lot of loose cars and trucks and everything all weekend out there and all the races, which was weird. So whatever it was, hopefully they figured it out, but it led to good racing. I enjoyed, all of it for the most part. Again, got a little boring there in the ARCA race, but the other guys really made up for it. And if you didn't see the IndyCar race, try to find it, because there was some good racing out there in the rain and we don't get to see it very often. So it was nice to see. With that, I'm jumping off. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thanks everyone on Good Pods, the Facebook page. You see them on Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, we're Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find it and you listen to it. I appreciate it. Again, follow along on the social media pages, Facebook, Twitter on there, under Jesse Rosinski. I have all the videos, YouTube and Rumble. Follow along on there if you want to see those. Give it a like, comment, or just go on there and subscribe. That's all. I mean, I just want to see people hitting subscribe on it. For when I share, it says it's reached by a lot of people, but no one seems to subscribe. It'd be really cool. If anyone listening to this did, that or Rumble, appreciate it. And I'll be back on Friday with Walter, because we got All-Star Racing. F1's back. Like, there's a lot of good stuff coming up this weekend. So a lot to talk about. Sadly, not Supercross. It still feels weird that it's over not to talk about Supercross, but what are you going to do? It's over. But yeah, so thanks for watching and listening and following along. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to share it out for me to everybody. It helps me out, makes sponsored Anchor happy. And we'll be back on Friday. So until then, be good to each other. Enjoy your week. Peace.